how is since Gandhi was in your time?
Well, so here goes. That's Aidan, and he's my eldest son. So, well, what's the questions? Let's go.
So, firstly, I was wondering, how was the internet? Where did you go for, knowledge, and where did you go for questions? Because usually, we don't, like in this current age, our generation, we just go on, the whole thing.
Yep.
And so, my question to you is, how did you get that?
Get information, get knowledge. Well, simple. You either went to the library, you went to some of your teachers, but the best things were the neighbors, aunties and uncles and all of them. They would give us as much information as possible. So, yeah, that's what we did for knowledge.
Interesting. So, okay, that's pretty. So, how did you know how did you know that what they were saying was the right thing?
You couldn't verify it. You couldn't, unless you spoke to multiple people to kind of check facts and whatever else, right? But we got the internet way early 2000s, late 1990s.
Yeah, that's how it is. And also one other question as well is, how did you get? Tell me the whole process of how do you get listen to your music.
Music were predominantly tapes,
and
cassette
you
players.
just go to the store and get it. How much was it back
Either
then?
you buy it or you pull it off the radio or you pull it off the television that's recorded. Obviously, the recording wasn't very good quality, but we got some good music. MTV, V channel after some time. So yeah, that's basically how we got music. And libraries, buy it from shops, cassette players, from cassettes. It went to MP3 obviously.
And how much were those cassettes?
$100?
Because
I think 120.
So each album of that cassette was $100, and back then it was very expensive back then as well.
Yeah.
$100 was.
I think I don't remember if it was 100 rupees or what. I really don't remember, but I think it was around that 90, 100. So yeah.
Because I remember, back then, Nan and Papa just kept on telling us about how cute Papa's salary was. It was like $500.
True.
Back then.
Yeah.
So $100 was pretty.
Yeah, but you can't look at it only from that perspective, right? Because 500 rupees was a lot of money at the time because of nowadays it's inflation and cost of living and all of that.
Yeah, but it's just, if you think about it simply, in simple terms.
No, but when a cassette was 100 rupees, Papa's salary wasn't 500. It was much more than that. So when he started off, maybe it was 500.
But then when did Papa have 500?
When he started, when I was maybe born.
Oh.
That was a long, long time ago. No, not so long ago. I'm just saying.
50 years ago.
Minus 20. Okay, next.
So the next question was, right now, like I said before, we get our information through the internet.
Yeah.
We get everything which we get through the computer. So what was your role model and how did you find him?
My role model...
Back then when you were like my age.
See, role models at that time, either they were very famous people like sports stars and rock stars and artists and movie stars and things like that, or you knew them, they were in your immediate family or social circle. So my role model was my uncle, my dad's eldest brother, Uncle Stan. He's no more now, but he played cricket for the state and things like that, and he wanted me to become a cricketer. So, and we shared a very close bond right up until the time he passed. But so yeah, he was my role model. He had everything. A young boy would look up to him. He had the look, he had the gait, he would walk in, he rode a bullet bike, all of that.
Oh, this had a bullet?
Yep, and a good one. He looked really good on it also. But yeah, back in his days, right? So yeah, that was my role model. I remember he bought me a Don Bradman book on cricket. It was a green, thick book. It had everything about cricket in it. Sir Don Bradman. Well, talk about information.
I don't watch cricket.
Talk about information. Yeah.
Basketball.
Check it out. All right. So he bought me a book, and I think one of the teachers whacked it for me in school. But yeah, he wanted me to be a cricketer.
Mm-hmm. So one other question which kind of popped up in my head was what was the most difficult decision you've ever made when you were a kid? Not now.
Yeah.
But when you were a kid.
When you're a kid, you don't get to make many decisions. It is either to study, do your homework.
Not kid. Let's not go back so far. Let's go back to, let's say, 20s.
Let's look at a little earlier than that as well. So when you're earlier, as you grow, you get to make more decisions, right? So definitely the biggest decision was what I wanted to do in college as a profession. And I found it difficult to understand or to get information about what to choose. So it was all about looking at something and saying, I like that and I want to do it. You know, of course, you could talk to people, you could get advice, you could get direction. All of that was very true. But let me give you an example. For one of the things that I wanted to do right from when I was in the 9th standard was to serve my country, was to join the Air Force. I was in the NCC, so I was exposed to that kind of life, and I wanted to join the army. Not join the army, but I was exposed to Army, Navy, Air Force. I liked the Air Force, and I wanted to join the NDA. And become an officer in the services to serve my country. But that didn't work out, right? And then I looked at aeronautical engineering, aircraft maintenance engineering, AME. I did that. I did that purely because two things happened. One, and this was the big decision I had to make. After 12th, I was wondering, what do I do? And I seen this, and it so happened that a friend of mine, a guy senior to me, he was doing AMA, the same course, and he introduced me. He said, really good, blah, blah, blah. It was really good. I eventually did it. It was really good, but I don't think I would have worked in that kind of environment. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm just grateful I'm doing what I do today, learning and development, which is something I love to do. So, yeah, it's cool. The most difficult decision, short answer, choosing your career path.
Thanks, Dad. So the other question, which you just said, how was the NCC?
Tough.
It was?
Tough. You got to be tough for that. You got to be tough because it was, you sleep in very different conditions from obviously when you have home. You're sleeping on the floor most of the time. I don't know now, but back in my day, we slept on the floor. We lived in tents, open air tents. We lived difficult food conditions were tough. So all of these things put together was really, really challenging. But the great thing is you got more out of it than what it gave. What the experience you had, because you learned discipline, you learned the value of exercise, getting up early, just being, thorough about what you do, how you dress was something that I learned and I still carry till this day. So yeah, that's why you always say I'm a good dresser.
Okay. That's enough questions for today. Also, another question. How was since Gandhi was in your time? How is he
Stale
as a
joke.
person?
Stale joke.
How is he as a
Stale
person?
joke.
Very stale.
Good try, but stale.
So another question then.
Okay.
Who was your favorite crush?
My favorite
Your
crush.
favorite crush.
What is my favorite
Let's spice
crush?
things up a bit.
My favorite
mention any names.
crush. Obviously, I'm not going to mention names. I don't want to get in trouble with your mother. My favorite crush. There's no favorite crush. You crush. When you crush on all of them, right? But at a time. But all of my ex-girlfriends were wonderful people. So I really enjoyed it. And my first crush, that was an interesting experience, because I seen this girl, I really liked her. She was very pretty. I went up to her brother and said, listen, I want to date your sister. And he was like, get lost and all of that stuff, right?
Of course.
So wait, the story's not over. Don't be impatient. So the next day, she comes up to me and says, hey, listen, my brother told me what happened. He said no, but actually I like you. So, cheating.
Nice.
First crush.
Nice.
Let's not forget I was in the 6th standard.
Do they follow me on Instagram then?
Do they follow who on Instagram?
Me.
Me?
Both of us.
No, they don't. I don't know if they know you, but they definitely follow me. I mean, come on. All right.
Okay. Actually forgot the question. I actually had it in my head,
Okay.
but I forgot.
Okay, I'll ask you one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Okay, so what's your favorite memory growing up? When you were a kid? Mom and dad? With me and mama?
I don't know if this was with mom,
Okay.
but this was this one. No, wait. Actually, it was. It was in Nan Papa. It was with you. It was with everyone. I think Callum was a baby. I'm not sure.
All right.
When we went to the ocean safari in Muscat.
Oh, yeah.
We saw the orcas and stuff.
Yeah.
We saw like 3 of them, which was pretty fun. And they actually had it. It was literally, they had a tracker on it.
Yeah.
Like they were just following it on the boat, and we were just going. While that was happening, my grandmom was screaming, "Oh my Jesus, help me, Jesus, help me!" All that. So yeah, that was one experience, and then also there was another one where we both went for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yep.
That was my favorite. And the worst part was I didn't even watch basketball at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was happening, but it was so cool having these 5'6", these people dunking a ball, which I can barely do right now.
Yeah.
And fun fact, I had like an autographed ball where everyone autographed the thing. We went up to everyone, they autographed
Got
it.
it.
I used it as a football.
Yeah.
And now it's somewhere lost in Nandi Hills now.
Yeah.
In Calgary,
Yeah. Awesome. Any other questions? Come on.
Nothing. I just want. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm good.
Oh, then that's it, I guess.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a very impromptu discussion with my son. And, he wanted to get some questions off. So let's see how that goes. Right. Wherever you are, stay safe. Everybody, we've been trying to explain to this guy to tell you how to like, how to subscribe, and how to hit the notification button. He hasn't been able to do that for the last 10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes.
So here's the thing. If you enjoyed this content, just hit the like button, right? If you want to see more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to the Papahood Podcast. And don't forget, ding, notification, right? Put that on as well. Wherever you are, enjoy yourself and stay safe.
Bye.
Yeah, we like it.